Hey, I'm Janek Gwizdala. This is another exclusive interview for BassPlayersOnly.com. The two drummers, like I mentioned before, is Jojo Mayer and Mark Juliana. Tim Miller, the guitar player, played on the whole record, and I had Justin Vasquez playing alto on the first day, and John Ellis playing tenor on the second day of recording. And my friend, long time friend from London, Dan Axtell, did some programming, some pre-production programming with some loops that we jammed to live, and he also made the documentary about the whole process as well. And I should add that the crew doesn't really stop at just the musicians. There's an incredible engineer, there's John Davis, who owns the Bunker Studio in Brooklyn, who was working on this record with me and engineering it, and he ended up mixing the record as well. And then there was Jonas and Hilge from a company called Maneuver in Norway, who came over to take all the photographs and to do the packaging and the album design, this design that we ended up with. So there's a whole cast of people that go into this process, aside from just the musicians, who are just equally as important in kind of producing any kind of consistency and quality in the end product. The album ended up being mastered by my good friend Nathan James at the Vault Mastering Studios, and for the physical copies, the few that I did press, I pressed them with a company called Kufala here in California, because they do this. They have this pre-made cardboard sleeve, so the artwork just has to be printed on on this sticker, so the turnaround can be very fast. I think I sent the artwork and the audio in, and 3 days later I had 200 or 300 copies sitting on my front door. So the turnaround is incredibly fast and very efficient. So yeah, it's the whole process. Although I've used Kufala before for pressings, the whole process was kind of an experiment in efficiency, I guess. And it's something I've always had quite a good handle on, but it's something I really wanted to kind of test out, and see if that kind of business model and that workflow kind of stood up to our modern day time. It'd been a year and a half since I made a record, so it was kind of revisiting that workflow and seeing what needed to be changed and seeing what still worked. The title kind of says it all about the improvisational concept of the album, and the fact that this only happened once. On each of those sessions, we only had each musical moment once, and we would never kind of attempt to recreate that, at least not note for note. Now, it did kind of bring forth some structures and some forms in terms of a compositional element if we were ever to tour this music, but I'm guessing that the bulk of what we would play live with this group would be exactly what we did in the studio, which was improvise, which was just to improvise. So each time we play a show, I'm guessing that it's going to change, and although we may kind of hint at certain references, maybe some of the pre-production and the loops, I might kind of program those and take them on the road to play along to. It would all only be happening once, and that's kind of a goal for me as a musician, not just as a bass player. I always say I'm a musician who just happens to play the bass, so I always kind of refer to music when I talk about creating and the creative process, and I really am looking just to create something once and then move on to the next thing, and to try and update whatever it is I'm doing and be as fresh as possible. It's not always possible. I think everyone struggles with that, and trying not to play stuff they've played before, but that was essentially the concept of the record, was that it was only going to happen once, and we got lucky. We got a bunch of material out of it, and we got an album, a product that I'm really very proud of and happy with, and something I can actually listen to without cringing. And there aren't bass solos anywhere on the record, which is kind of fun, but there are all these other textures and sounds and use of effects and communication and melody and groove and kind of soundscapes that I think are highly important when creating a product like that. And before I get off this interview and end this little video, I should mention that I am giving the album away for free, and you can go to my website. You can go to janekgwizdala.com, and you can download the entire album. You can stream it and you can download it for free. It's kind of, it's not cutting edge because so many people have done it before, but it's a newer concept which kind of veers away from the major label juggernaut infrastructure kind of old school industry of, you know, forcing people to pay for the music before they hear it. I'm kind of taking that pressure off the customer, so you can go and check out the music and you can decide what you think it might be worth, if anything. And I think this is a really interesting concept because it puts way more responsibility on me or any artist. Basically, the responsibility goes back to the artist in terms of creating a good product. So there's nobody to blame at the end of the day. I can't turn around and say, well, I only sold 50 records and it's the record label's fault. Actually, no, the only person I have to blame or to be responsible is myself, which I think is really, I know it has for me, and other people I've talked to about it have had similar experiences. It's been really motivating to make a great product and to make something honest and make something that you're truly proud of. So I hope in your ears I've captured that in this record. I would encourage you to go and check it out because you can for free. You can stream the whole thing. You can download it and pay whatever you like for it, and keep in touch. Sign my mailing list at janekgwizdala.com and give me some feedback. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Open communication is what I'm all about, and thanks to modern technology and thanks to people like John hosting a site like For Bass Players Only, it gives us yet another great location and a great forum and a great kind of portal to connect through, both me, the artist, and you, the fan, or artist to artist, or fan to fan, whatever it might be. I can't thank John and other like-minded people enough for taking the time and having the perseverance and the patience to put something like For Bass Players Only together. So thanks for watching, thanks to John, and I'll see you guys again soon.